Hello everyone. This video is about runes and rune magic and rune spells and everything like that. Um, if you don't, you probably already know a lot about runes, but if you don't, some people think that the runes themselves have magical powers to them. You just write the rune down somewhere, draw it down, and a piece of paper or a piece of wood, and it'll have magic. And other people think that the runes themselves don't have magic. It's what you put into the rune. So if you just draw a rune and you're not thinking about anything, then it doesn't have any power. But if you visualize the power going into the rune as you're drawing it, then the rune will have power. I kind of like that idea better than the first one. But you could do with rune magic, you could have rune spells. Um, if you want love or friendship, use the, different runes for those type of things. And if you're not feeling well, you could do a spell for feeling better, a wellness spell. And you could carve them down or write them down, draw them on a piece of paper and then carry the piece of paper with you, or draw them on maybe a piece of wood or a stone, some pretty stone that you find somewhere, and then carry that in your pocket and touch it whenever put your hand in your pocket and touch it, and it'll think about that rune, and you'll feel better. Or if you want money, if you need money, you can draw the money signs, and then you could draw it on a actual piece of money, like a coin, or a quarter or something, and then keep that in your pocket and touch it and think about the money you need to pay some bills. There's all kinds of things you can do. And there, you can do casting of the runes, where you draw them on sticks or on little flat stones. And with the stones, it's good to have them about the size of maybe a little larger than a quarter, maybe the size of a 50-cent piece. And you just draw the runes on one side, and they should be kind of flat, like the kind of stones you would find in a riverbed, those flattish stones. And then when you toss the runes down on a table or something, then whichever runes are facing up are the ones that will tell the future. And you try to tell a little story by which runes are facing up. Or you can do it on some twigs that you find in the forest or in your backyard, and maybe make them about the size of a pencil, maybe a little bit bigger. You don't want them to be too big, so maybe about 8 inches long, 6 inches long is probably good, and not too thick. And then you can draw the runes on there. They have to be big enough so you can draw some runes on. They can't be too thin. And then you cast those down onto the table or the ground, and then try to figure out which ones are prominent, which ones the signs are the most visible. Or you could cast them down and close your eyes, and then select some of the sticks and see which ones you select, and try to tell a little story of which way things might go in the future. They're good for divining the future. And then what I like to do is rune circles. That's something I came up with. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I like to draw a circle, and then let's say that's the circle, and I'll draw it on a sidewalk or somewhere where it's It's kind of difficult sometimes because I live in an area where there are a lot of trees. So there's lots of things coming down from the trees, and the sidewalks are sometimes kind of messy. It's hard to draw with chalk. But once in a while I'll find a place where maybe someone's gone through with a leaf blower and the sidewalks are nice and clean. So I use some chalk to draw a circle. And I like to keep one of these in my backpack. The sidewalk chalk works better, but these little pieces of chalk, this fits good in a pocket or in a backpack. And then I have a string, because I'm not good at drawing circles freehand. So I put the chalk on one end and my finger on the other, and I put it on the ground, and then I can draw a nice circle. And I keep these two in my backpack all the time. And then you draw your circle, and then it should be big enough for someone to stand in the center of it, and then they can see you draw the runes around the outside or the inside ring of the circle, and then they should be able to stand right there and still see all the runes. You don't want to make it so small that they're standing on the runes. You want to be able to see the runes when they're standing on it. So about this size is good. About that big. Then when you go around, there's enough room to draw the runes, and then the person can stand in there and still see them. And then you put I've got a little cheat sheet to look at here. Let me see. So if you're doing one for love and friendship, love or friendship, you could put the love sign, the man sign, the woman sign, the friendship sign. So you could use like those combinations, or whichever combinations you like, then draw those inside the circle. And then you could write friendship down below it, or love. And then for good health, there's quite a few let's see. Oh yeah, health is quite a bit. Health and healing, there's a lot of them. There's health, healing, protection. I like putting orderliness. That just seems right. And comfort and victory. Victory over illness, I like to think of that. So you could put a combination of those or all of those inside the circle, and then put down health or healing below it. And then for wealth and good fortune, there's wealth, good fortune, possessions, and windfall. And those are just a few of them. There's all kinds. There's you can go on the internet and find a whole bunch of things telling about all the runes. And the one with the casting the runes, you want to have about 12. 12 is a good number. But you could pick whatever number you like. But 12, let me get my book out. With the 12, they usually go home, possessions, love, they got poison, wealth, disorder, woman, man, gift, or legacy, comfort, death, and war, with the 12 that are in this book. And with those, you can get a nice little story. So it might have something where it shows money coming in, but then there might be poison. So maybe the money will bring disorder rather than happiness, something like that. But you want to keep those at about 12. But there's all kinds of runes. I found a few pictures I'll put on with this video, but I couldn't find some good ones with rune sticks. I found a couple with rune stones, but I couldn't find good ones with the sticks. I like to they showed something that looked like popsicle sticks a lot of times, little flat sticks, and that didn't look right. And with the twigs, they would carve out part of the twig to make a flat surface, and then you write the runes on the flat surface. But you could just write them on the surface. use a marker or some paint, a little tiny paintbrush, and then try to do it just on one side. So when you cast them, maybe it'll show up, just one side will show up. And then you'll pick the ones that are showing the most. But I think I covered it. Is that it? Let me check my book. Got rune spells. You can do love spells. What else did we talk about? Runic spells. Yeah, money spells, love spells, wellness spells. Oh, you can draw runes on candles. That's a good one. And then you draw them on the side of the candles, and then when you light the candles, then you can think about the rune, think about the spell. And they've got petitions, so if you want something, you would write it on a candle or on a piece of paper. And they talk about when you're doing a petition to burn it in a little cauldron like this. You write it on a piece of paper and then think about what you want, and then you burn it. And then when it becomes flames, it becomes something powerful, it becomes real. But that's good. Runes are fun. I like making them. I'd rather make them than buy them online. I see a lot of things where they're selling them, the rune stones, but you can make them just as easy. But that's pretty much, runes are fun. So just enjoy. There's all kinds of different signs. There's some basic ones, like those 12 I mentioned, but there's a lot of different signs, and you can make up your own sign, use some of the things that are out there and kind of change them a little bit to fit your own personality, and just have fun with them. Have magic and rune magic and foretelling the future, and that's it. It's a nice little short video. It's raining outside, so I can't go out. I wanted to go out to the library, but if it stops, I'll go to the library and upload this video. But it's been raining all morning. July 17th and it's raining. It usually doesn't rain in July here. It's usually a drought, but it's raining today, which is good. All right, so I hope you have fun with that. And I have other videos, how-to videos on my channel. So just go to the home page and go down to where the playlists are, and you'll be able to find them real easy rather than having to go through all the other videos. They're in the playlist. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoy it. All right, thank you. Bye.